Welcome back to StarCastTV cast, and I am Scan, and today I am joined by Flash for the win. Tonight we're going to cast an awesome match between TY versus Motive versus TY, and the spawning location in the bottom right corner, the red color, this is TY, and the other side, cross location at 11 o'clock, this is Motive.
Yeah, so today, it's interesting. TY has been playing a lot more StarCraft Broodwar lately. For those of you watching only Broodwar watchers, TY's old ID back in Kespa era was Baby, played on Teammate, I believe. Was actually a very, very good Terran player, very successful in StarCraft 2, but I think he's shown a lot of interest in coming back to Broodwar and playing many games.
Right. I think he was also preparing for Africa StarCraft tournament that hosted for the event, and I think he was in a Flash's team as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of foreigners actually saw his games versus Terra, I believe, where Flash bet $1,000 that TY would beat Terra, and he managed to beat him 2-1. But anyways, already right off the bat, we see very aggressive forward gate here from Motive, trying to get some aggression done, and TY is actually opted for, looks like it's going to be a one racks fast expand.
That is true, but I kind of dislike that the barrack placement is not correct, because usually for the 5 o'clock location you can put one command center and the another barracks on the right side to make a full wall, like what is it, zealot proof. But looks like he will need to put another building, like a supply depot on the right side, so he can have a zealot proof for the zealot aggression in the beginning. And it
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Looks like both player is playing kind of like the current trend meta, but then TY is not scouting yet. There's a command center going down.
Yep. And, he's a little bit lucky here that his cross position Zealot will take a little bit longer to reach the base. We see a gas steal as well here, trying to delay those the factories for as long as possible. Do you think getting the SCV scout much earlier? I know that I think Flash prefers a very fast SCV scout when he goes for the one racks fast expand. Do you prefer a faster scout when you go for the strategy?
Right. A lot of Terran players kind of like to scout Protoss base earlier with around a 12 supply scout, so they can see the zealot where it's coming from. And usually if you're going for a barracks expansion, you usually do the end scout, which means if you scout for the 1 o'clock, you diagonally scout it to 7 o'clock location as soon as you check 1 o'clock. So you can see the zealot is coming from the middle, like they meet at the middle at the same time. So Terran player can also confirm, oh, this is the zealot aggression.
Right, and now we see the Zealot is in the base, has run by the bunker here, and will pressure the mineral line. There is one Marine inside of the main, but TY will... I think TY is leaving one Marine in the bunker just in case another Zealot shows up, and now he's pulling SCVs here to try to micro around this Zealot.
That Pro micro and the Zealot micro at the same time. Very aggressive by Motive. It is really annoying. It is really annoying by a Terran player.
Yeah, but so far some decent micro there. Will end up losing one Marine, but I think he should be able to dispatch the Zealot.
That was
there it is.
That was a miss micro by Motive. He could have taken down the second Marine. And what was that? The Marine died. Did he cancel at the same time when the Marine spawned?
Yeah, I think so. Frame perfect cancel there on that Marine. But now we see the factory coming up. Looks like we're going to go into a standard game. Motive did a very fast expand as well. No gas, so he's going to have that economy going as well. And the second assimilator also very fast here from Motive. Looks like going to be a 2-base Arbiter play.
I don't think so. It looks like he's gonna go for the robotic facility. He's gonna skip the range upgrade because he has gone for the Zealot into an expansion without cybernetic score. So that means he does not have enough gas. So
okay.
Therefore, Motive needs to do a little bit of a mind game, like not letting TY for the scout for the main base, so TY won't be able to confirm whether this is a gun range or super fast robotic facility.
Right. And so, when do we expect the engineering bay to go down for TY here? He has started the second factory already.
Well, he confirmed that Protoss has the expansion as about the same time as when Terran's second base started. So he needs to calculate a little bit, like since the second nexus was quick, that means the cybernetics core is slow, so he can delay it about around like a 6-minute mark, the engineering bay. But looks like he is not putting down yet. So far, it looks like he's preparing for the armory.
Yeah, probably just going to go into the Goliath. I know that a lot of Terran players much prefer Goliaths now, mobile turrets instead of stationary. He's also getting Academy at the same time here. And now he's going to the Vulture upgrades as well. Are we going to see some kind of aggressive push or just get pressure on the map with these first 2 Vultures that are coming out?
Let's see. If he's making 3 tanks, no, he's not. He's literally skipped after the first tank and switching over to Vulture. So he's gonna do some scouting with the Vulture and confirming whether Protoss is going for heavy Dragoon into Observer or small amount of Dragoon and switch to other tech like Reaver or Citadel of Dune and preparing for Arbiter. Speed Vulture is finished.
Yep, and mines are about to finish as well, so he's going to be able to get some map control with these Vultures soon. In the meantime, Motive is now taking the mineral-only high ground third base as well across the map.
That is excellent by Motive. Usually, Protoss usually take the third base around a 6-minute 30-second. That's quicker than that. Spider-Mine putting down on the map.
We have the first shuttle out now with the Reaver. 2 Zealots inside of the shuttle. We'll see how much damage that he can get done. There is a third command center coming up as well for TY, being very aggressive with his expansion timing here. Still no engineering bay. We do probably need to see... Okay, there's the first Goliath coming out right now from one of the factories. Hasn't made a second one just yet.
Will he be able to see shuttle in the minimap? Looks like he missed it. And he confirmed that Protoss only has 2 gateways. So that has to be confirmed that this is a Reaver push.
How can he tell just from scanning, just because only 2 gateways and no arbiter tech, that it must be a robotics facility?
Well, if you usually, like with the first scan, I'll explain after this Reaver harassment is done. Looks like there's a Reaver harassment going in the main base, killing quite a lot of workers and good damage.
Yeah, it's picked off also a couple Vultures here as well, and now the tank is down to 27 HP. He's gonna have to pull back. The Reaver is very low. I think it's only got a couple of HP left for 1 tank shot, so he's got to pull back there. But did a very good amount of damage there. Picked off, I think, about 4 to 5 SCVs and a couple Vultures.
That is excellent by Motive. He killed a lot of units and quite a lot of workers and delayed the third command center. And the question you asked me earlier, with the first scan, and if you confirm there's only observatory with the 2 gateways only, then most likely it's gonna be the Reaver harassment by Protoss, because at that time with the 2 gateway observer and no other tech in the main base, then Terran can just kind of assume he's preparing for something else, like either Dark Templar drop or Reaver harassment.
Alright, excellent. Now TY is going to be pushing out, taking the high ground area for himself and grabbing his mineral only.
3 Vulture harassment at the mineral base. Picked up only
nice
1
pylon
pro.
wall.
That wasn't
good pylon wall there.
That wasn't a good trade. And luckily, he scouted the 4th base as well. But looks like those 2 Vultures will die.
4th base is going down at roughly about 9-minute mark here. Because the high ground third doesn't have a gas, are we expecting, just more obviously going to be more Vulture heavy here? Do you think TY is going to go into kind of a turtle style, try to grab a 4th base, get one of the high ground gas bases, or do you think he's just going to go for the standard 2-1?
Probably he'll rely on a heavy mineral. What is it? How should I word it? Relying on a heavy Vulture with the supply like same amount of supply as how much a Protoss has in the beginning, and slowly taking the 4th base at 6 o'clock. And earlier we saw those 3 Goliath picked off 2 shuttle at the 3 o'clock. They intercepted on the center.
Great trade here by TY, pushing back the Dragoon forces up onto the high ground. You know, Motive saw that the siege tanks were unsieged, thought he could get in there in time to get some pressure down, but unfortunately for him, Vultures are too fast, came back just in time to reinforce, and now he's gonna have to retreat with a couple of losses taken.
And looks like Motive is preparing for Storm Drop. He's making more, he's not making more shuttle yet, but he's already upgrading the Psystorm? Yes, it is called Psystorm, I think.
Yeah, Psionic Storm is about halfway done right now, and we will probably see another shuttle being made eventually. There has been something that I've noticed, at least in foreign scene, storms have been becoming much more common in the metagame compared to Arbiters. They started getting more popularity. Is this also happening in the Korean professional scene, or is this kind of just new style that Protoss has been trying out?
I do not know how it got popular, but I think during the time when a lot of players were practicing for fastest for ASTL Season 1, a lot of Protoss players were practicing those Storm Drop for 3v3 fastest, and I think they're kind of like trying out in this 1v1 melee meta, and those Storm Drop were working really well, and I think that's how it got popularized.
Okay, wonderful. Meanwhile, TY, again, TY is one of the fastest players, and that's what he was known for back in Kesper. He's really using these Vultures extremely well. As you can see, I mean, he's up to 360 APM right now, and he's just constantly going around the map, laying spider mines everywhere and pressuring Motive across all of his bases.
TY is also preparing for 8 factories. All those infrastructures are going up. And the 6 o'clock, the 4th base is starting to saturate it.
Yeah, TY is in a very comfortable position right now, sitting on that 4th base. Getting that 3rd gas, very important for Terran to be able to continue to make as many siege tanks as possible, as well as getting his upgrades in time.
Right. There's a flying speed shuttle in the main base at 4 o'clock.
There we go, Templar drop.
Will TY react to it? Ooh. That killed about 10 workers there.
Yeah, definitely good damage down there. Do you think it's how many SCVs normally is it worth it to kind of sacrifice the shuttle with the High Templar in there? Is 10 about the number?
From what I heard from the rumor, they said with the first drop it does not matter. They kind of like putting the sauce on the, what is it, like potato, and then you know how should I word it?
Yeah. Buttering the bread.
Yeah, buttering the bread, and then for the 2nd drop and the 3rd drop, that's the real damage where it's coming from.
Alright, well, we see the shuttle here in the 3rd base right now, the middle only. He's using Zealots to bomb the SCVs right now. A little bit creative there with the tactic. He's probably out of retreat. Yeah, there's just no SCVs at the 3rd right now, and he's got a little bit of anti-air around, so the shuttle will pull back, probably going to go reinforce itself. And these Dragoons out in the middle of the map, not with an observer, getting picked off by these spider mines. And again, we're seeing that the early pressure here from TY getting the map control is really hurting Motive. Motive is actually, well, now he's back up to the plus 20 supply lead that normally should happen. Now he's trying to clear out these spider mines in the middle.
A lot of scanning going on, checking whether this is going to be the Arbiter switch after this Storm Drop.
Yeah, Motive actually has added a 2nd robotics facility, really going heavy into these into the shuttle pressure.
Yes, you're constantly using this 2 shuttle, 3 shuttle, keep dropping up on a 3rd base and then a 4th base, making TY to pull these old workers, and those SCVs are kind of like wounded, like already on red HP. So the next drop is gonna be very critical.
Absolutely. So TY looks like he's just gonna go for a map split situation here. He's now grabbing 3 o'clock. Getting another gas base there, and you know, do you think so at this point is he just trying to sacrifice Vultures and build up his tank count at the moment?
I don't think so. He's gonna move out. And
Oh,
at the
looks like
same
he can
time,
push,
those
actually.
4 shuttle coming in the main base, ignore all the turrets.
Here we go, big drop. This is almost like a recall size drop here. But he needs to start using those High Templar and Storm something here. He's a little bit too preoccupied with the push.
There's a 1 storm going down. And at the same time, TY is pushing into center. Does Motive have enough units to hold this push?
It doesn't look like it. I mean, he's got some Storm. We're gonna see how good these Storms are coming down here. Will the Vultures be able to snipe the High Templar in time right now? The Storms are not going up.
That's huge.
Yeah, those 2 Storms not getting much done there, only picking up a couple of those Vultures, not managing to land on any of the Siege Tanks, and now this push looks too deadly. Big Storm, actually. Very nice Storm on top of, looks like about 5 tanks, but unfortunately not enough units there to clean up those low health tanks. And now this third base will most likely go down here. He's still in the main with the shuttle.
Right, but I think TY will manage to hold this harassment. However, Motive, his unit balance is not ready to fight against TY's army. Only Dragoons left.
Motive dropped some High Templar. I think he had another Storm, but unfortunately no energy left for those Storms. And now all of his shuttles have died, and TY will now turn his attention to the 9 o'clock expansion. And I don't think there's a good way here for Motive to defend here now. But tanks are sieged up.
But I think TY might not able to clear up this Protoss army, because I don't see any reinforcement is coming to protect the main army at the center. And TY is starting to lose his unit balance. Only a couple of tanks left. Only a few vultures. That's not gonna be enough to hold this like thousands of Dragoons and a Zealot coming in the next couple of seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna see here the Zealots reinforcement here. Will they be able to break through these spider mines? Dragoons are starting to pick off some of these straggling tanks here, but maybe the position here from TY next to these cliffs is a little too strong. There are 3 siege tanks up on the high ground will manage to take down that Nexus, and Motive will now go back down to 4 bases, unfortunately, and his main and natural are starting to run dry here.
Both of the players are playing really aggressive. And those two, some of the vultures putting spider mines on the top right side, and I think TY still does not know the 1 o'clock expansion yet.
Yeah, but now he will soon. These vultures are looking like they're going to move up there in case. Look like he's putting down the spider mines almost in preparation of a future attack up there to make sure that the siege tanks will not be intercepted by any of Motive's army. We got one more shuttle here with the Reaver flying around over at the 3 o'clock position. Now, Motive trying to regain map control with these Dragoons. Gotta be very careful.
Right. Does TY have enough SCV? I don't see any reinforcement coming up. He's only splitting up his army and trying to hit 1 o'clock, 2 tanks with the 3 vultures. I guess he does not have the vision yet.
Well, here comes the Reaver drop coming into the main base. There's 1 turret left right now. Another turret being started here. But will it be enough? The Reaver's now flying into the natural. So much damage that this 1 Reaver can get down.
1 kill.
Only 1 kill so far. Needs to get a little bit more. Scarab dud, unfortunately, there. And the 1 Wraith will be able to pick off that shuttle. He's going to have to drop that Reaver and sacrifice it. Get as many kills.
Oh,
that's going to stack up a little bit.
Oh. That was a mismicro by Motive. And Motive is going to have quite a lot of army by now. Clearing up 9 o'clock army.
Yep, 9 o'clock will be taken care of, but TY is now trying to move over here towards this 1 o'clock expansion. And again, with those spider mines that he laid previously, it's going to be very difficult for Motive to be able to get there in time to defend this army.
Those a lot of vultures are trying to buy some time at 1 o'clock with 1 dropship, 2 tanks unloaded,
2 shuttles, 1 Reaver, lots of Zealots though.
This is a very intense.
Yeah, it's a very tight situation right now, and I think that Protoss might be able to get it done. The Reaver's got to stay protected, though. I think the reinforcements coming out of these gateways will be enough to clean up this attack. Nice drop there of the Reaver right in between those siege tanks, and we'll be able to pick up the last few siege tanks. So this 1 o'clock base will stay alive for a little bit longer, and now Motive is trying to clear out these spider mines here in the middle. TY is starting to run out of
Mineral,
money. He looks,
yes.
yeah, needs to start taking a fifth base soon. The fifth base that he tried to take at the 3 o'clock is that one zealot there that managed to stop that 3 o'clock expansion. Was very good there by Motive during that massive attack that TY had earlier.
Another High Templar. I think that's another shuttle that is gonna be the storm drop at the 6 o'clock. It's going across the minimap on a center. And the other 3 shuttle on the top right side, I think he wants to buy some time at the 3 o'clock as well at the same. Trying to multitask, like buying some time and harass TY. You gotta defend this my storm drop at 6 o'clock, and I'm gonna take down your. I'm gonna delay your fifth base at the 3 o'clock at the same time.
Yeah. Now here we go. Here comes the storm drop here into the 4th base. Let's see how many SCVs he can get down with this. Oh, decent micro there by TY, only losing a couple of SCVs.
And splash damage, yeah, splash damage by the siege tank. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but here we go. TY now doing another massive attack here. Supplies are even, which is going to favor TY. TY is now at the 3-2 upgrades. His Terran army is going to be very efficient, very strong. But meanwhile, counterattack here by Motive into the 4th base. We'll see how much damage the Reaver can get. I think the Reaver will go down right here. Yes, Reaver goes down. We'll see. We need good storms in order to push back the Terran here at the 4th. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Meanwhile, TY is setting up now. It looks like he's going to attack 12 o'clock with this massive line of siege tanks.
And at the behind, he also has 5 High Templars. Have about 200 energy each. That's gonna be the total 10 storms, and let's see how Motive will clear out this main army at the center.
It looks like he's just giving up the 4th base, realizes that the tanks are in too good of a position,
Right.
especially with the spider mines that lead down to the entrance from below, and the high ground is choked up, very difficult to push there. So it looks like he's just going to go for maybe a counterattack here. Really wants to prevent that 5th base, the 3 o'clock expansion, from going up for TY here. Maybe he's also going to try to catch the army as it retreats back towards that location.
Right, Motive is trying to look for his favor for the terrain where Terran is not ready to fight for. And looks like TY has to retreat, and also attacking his TY's 3rd base at the same time.
Here we go. Zealots are starting to get on top of these siege tanks here, but are there enough Zealots here to be able to get on top of these siege tanks now? Now TY's army returning back home. Will they get there in time to stop? I think the 3rd base command center will go down. The Dragoons are starting to take the high ground position, but I think there's too many units here from TY that are going to reinforce, and now he's going to try to come up to that 3rd base, but they are going to get trapped down there, and Motive is going to lose this army.
Ooh. I had a feeling Motive would have won that fight at the mineral expansion, but the moment where he lost all the Zealot and Dragoons left, that's the time Motive should have known that he needs to pull back his army. But that turned out to be TY's victory.
Yes, and TY now looking in a very solid position that once he takes that 3 o'clock expansion and he's secured it, he's going to be in a very good position here. Another shuttle drop here with a couple High Templar trying to get in here. Will the storm be decent? Only 2 SCVs going down, not great. As you said before, you know, the first drop doesn't need to do damage, but the later drops definitely need to start adding up in terms of how much damage they can get done. Another storm drop is going to that 3rd base location right now. There is a Goliath there that will be ready to spot it and take it down.
Shuttle? But there's no
Unfortunately, no
SCVs.
SCVs here. A little bit of waste, and now we see the proximity of the bases.
Not paying attention to his main army. All those vultures died to the storm in the 2nd storm, but there's no 3rd storm. Those tanks are on a red HP.
Yeah, but there's not many reinforcements of the TY. He needs to get them right now. The Zealots are starting to climb down, but also not enough Dragoons at the same time. Motive needs to reinforce this army here. He has run dry at the 3rd base as well as middle only's run dry. Now needs to start mining from that 9 o'clock expansion again. He is starting to run out of money, as we can see. Whatever bank he had built up is now gone, and TY is about to roll up to this 1 o'clock expansion and take that out.
Picking up a couple of tanks at the 3 o'clock. And at the same time,
nice.
TY is climbing up to the 1 o'clock main base. The High Templar came up, but not enough energy.
Yeah, had him instantly morph into an Archon here. We got a couple shuttles here. Will they be able to clear out this army? I think maybe trying to buy some time, wait for the gateways to finish producing, but decent storm there on a couple of those tanks. But I don't know if it's enough. I think TY is starting to look great in this position. Third base looks like it will go down. A couple SCVs are going down right now for TY. But with the 3 o'clock expansion being saturated now and TY having that expansion mining, it's going to be very difficult here. He's got a couple siege tanks as well up on the high ground to protect the base.
But not enough zealots. Drugers are not
zealots.
Drugers are not good against to fight against those siege mode tank. They are very powerful.
Yeah, and meanwhile at the 9 o'clock expansion as well, the vultures have gone in and massacred all of the probes. That 4th base will go down. The 1 o'clock is now going down. All the probes at 1 o'clock are dead. And Motive is now running out of probes as well, down to only 27. And he's got no mining whatsoever. Only got 700 minerals in the bank. TY has a full base. Actually, even still got the 4th base mining quite a bit as well.
Storm drop at the 6 o'clock before Motive is gonna type GG very soon.
Yep.
I don't think Motive can continue this game. He does not have a base to mine from.
Yeah, no more probes, no more mining. And TY, very hard fought game so far. TY looks like it's gonna be the final push across the map here. Motive simply just does not have enough units right now to defend against this very last push. TY actually moving up here to the 12 o'clock, realizing that there's actually no base there left. Might just go after the natural, try to siege up that position and put the finishing touches on this game.
I'm impressed how good TY is in this game, because I never have seen TY playing, because he usually plays StarCraft 2. But I think those mechanics and those multitasks like brought it to Broodwar and playing really well.
Yep, there it is. There's the GG.
And thank you for watching. And if you guys enjoy watching these great games on StarCast TV, please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll bring more awesome games in the future.